Can you hear me from here? Perfect? All right, so now I guess we learned something. Falco, can I get you? Hey. What'd you say?
I don't like doing this interview.
I bet you don't. All right. Danny, tell me if you can hear. Back up, Joe. Back up. Don't get too close.
Yep.
Okay. Just talk us like this. Joe, what's your reaction to losing to having your team lose like this in the championship?
The only thing I really feel bad about is we had a bad first period. It took us a whole period to wake up, and they got some lucky goals. I mean, just really bad goals. And it looks like we woke up in the second period. It was a little too late. I mean, I was happy at least that we played out those last few periods like we did. It showed that we didn't crumble completely. We just, had a shaky first period.
You guys didn't really seem to have anything going until Rory gives up that first goal, and it was kind of a flaky goal.
Well, the thing was, we were just a little slow. None of the guys were really playing with, the way we won in the past, we've hustled our ass off. In the first period, we were just watching plays and stuff, and I was screaming. It didn't do anything. So second period, I switched around. I had Poop sit out, and I had Dan and Pete come out. Just because they're a little quicker, started to get things moving a little faster, and that's what started the ball rolling. Then Poop came out all fired up, and I thought we played a great second and third period, but like I said, it was a little too late.
It looked like Poop had a lot more rest time this game than he has ever had the whole season. Is that accurate, or?
Not really, because earlier in the season when we had all four forwards, he would switch on and off a lot more. The last couple weeks he's been playing more because I've been hurt, and just if I'm hurt, I might as well leave him in as much as possible. But no, I mean, he came out second period really strong, playing like he always has. It's just, a little too late.
How hurt are you?
I don't know. I should be able to play next season. I was told I'm not supposed to play for another month, but we'll see.
You had the pads on today, though.
Had them on just in case. You never know. That's never stopped me before.
Where was Dean today?
Dean is in Orlando. He just graduated from the police academy, so he had a...
That's pretty scary, having him on the road.
That is.
Okay.
Rather having policing out here. But not to take anything away from Black, they played a hell of a game. They hustled like, watching them remind me of us, the seasons when we won. I mean, everyone on their team just hustled their ass off, did what they had to do, and that's what wins it.
Very bitter pill for Red, considering the kind of season you had?
Not that bitter. I mean, it was a good season. I can't, hold our heads down about anything except for a couple periods we had out here.
Last question. Last question. What's ahead for Red?
Looks like we're going to have the same team back. Hopefully we'll come back, and this time we won't slow down.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Joe. Art, what's your reaction to losing in the championship?
Sucks. Like, I can find many different ways of saying it. The bottom line is it sucks, because we had them in game 2 4-1 late in the second period, and we let them off the hook, and they came back, and we had no reason losing it, and we lost it. And basically got what we deserved. We fucked around and come back to bid us.
Is this a very bitter pill, considering the kind of season that you guys have had?
Yeah, because it kind of, it makes a great season less great, but by the same token, it doesn't change the fact that we had a great regular season. It just didn't end well.
What was the difference in the way you guys have played today as in weeks past?
I have not a clue. First period today, I can tell you it looked like we were all sleepwalking. Me first, and we came back to the last two periods, played more like we played during the regular season than we had in the last couple of weeks, as a matter of fact. But why we stopped playing as well as we did, I have no clue.
Do you feel that the reffing was a little shaky in this last game?
I think he did about as good a job as you're going to get around these parts. I wasn't crazy about the call on Tep because he had let stuff like that go before, and he decided to call it then. And I wish he'd have been more consistent. But overall, as far as refs go, Randy's about as good as you're going to get, and he certainly had played no part in us losing.
Here's a tough question. You didn't play as well as you... looking at the score sheet, it didn't seem like you played the way you have all year. What's your comment on that?
Are you talking about the whole series in general or this game?
Both.
Well, I can tell you this game, the first period, like I said, I was sleepwalking. I've had a cold the whole week. I was absolutely shot. I mean, I could have arm wrestled an 85-year-old grandmother. She would have kicked my ass big time. Second, third periods, I play well. They playing me tight. When the playoffs roll around, you get a lot more attention than you do during the regular season. That played a part. I had a couple of chances that Rory made good plays on. A couple of things were off. But overall, no, I didn't play as well as I played during the regular season.
But there's no real reason that you can pinpoint?
I can't explain it now.
What's ahead for Poop?
A choke, is that what you wanted to say?
No, not at all, not at all. I think you had some chances, but not as many as you did have during the regular season also.
Which is normal because they're going to pay a lot more attention to me than they did during the regular season.
I thought a big key, going along with that point, is that in today's game, that Black's defense was just outstanding. They kept coming up with the big play.
They played well, but we still had a number of chances here and there where we could have gotten something done.
Your pick for the MVP of the series?
I would think pretty clearly Ross Taylor.
Why do you say Ross?
Because every time they needed a big goal, it seemed to me that he's the one who kept coming up with it.
What's ahead for Poop next season?
I don't know right now. I have no reason to believe that anything other than I'll be playing with the Red Scorpions again to try to duplicate the regular season but change the playoff result.
Very well done. Thanks. All right.
Blocked us from the champagne.
But I don't think you're going to complain too much about that.
No, not at all. Won't complain at all. Good Christmas present.
Yeah. When you guys built this team 2 seasons ago, you tried to build something that would last, not just a one-season thing.
Yeah, we wanted something beyond just a bunch of players getting together. We wanted guys who would commit to it, guys who would show up every week. Guys like you, Joe. We asked you, but you didn't commit.
Yeah.
But that's what we wanted, something we could rely on every week, guys who put out 110% and had legs, too. As you can tell, we run a lot, so that helps.
The big improvement of Mike Gurowitz coming onto the team really seemed to help the team a lot more when he played D towards the end of the season and in the playoffs and now.
Yeah, I mean, we were offensive heavy anyways, and we brought him on in because he's a great player and he's a leader, and we thought it'd be a good addition, and he has the right attitude, and he's an aggressive player, but we put him back because we couldn't get gelled up front, and we had to disrupt my brother and me, and it worked best when we were together, and putting Mike back was good because he knew Poop's tendencies in the playoffs, and he knows the game everywhere, and he's a strong player, so I think he's got a shot back there.
Right, well, he does.
Yeah.
What do you think was the key to this particular series?
I think the key was we had the intensity, I think, was number one, and we played position. We didn't wander from that too often, but we maintained our intensity, and we stuck with our strategy, which was to keep certain guys on their forwards and play them real tight, and our offense had to forecheck and pick up their point men because they send them in all the time, and if we got caught, flat-footed, we were going to be in trouble. And they burned us a couple times, but overall, I think we shut them down pretty good.
Well, yeah, there was no doubt about that going into the third period. Then the goal started to come a little bit, got a little shaky. What was going through your mind when it was 4-3?
At that point, what was going through my mind was this is expected. I mean, not because I thought we would give in or anything, but because like the last 2 seasons with White in the finals last year and this year, it seemed like every game had to go down to that one goal, and it didn't surprise me. And they were coming on strong, and we were getting a little tired. And I mean, I didn't want them to come back at all. I wanted to go out winning like 4-0 or something, but I was realistic. I knew they would come at us, and they made some nice plays. And a couple of goals, one goal was kind of a fluke, and then another one was just my brother made a pass, and it went behind me, and that was the difference between a 2-on-1 for us and them getting that one goal. So I don't think we really let up much. It was just a matter of a couple of plays. But
tell the truth, Ross. During the regular season now, you guys have been very down as opposed to the attitudes, the thoughts of where you thought you'd be, Was there at any point during the regular season did you think that you wouldn't be here with me right now?
Let me drink a beer for this. To be honest with you, to be really honest with you, I thought we would be here. I didn't know if we'd win because Red's a hell of a team, and they ended up being a better team than I thought they would be this year. I figured it was between Red, us, and White. I thought at the end of the year, so those 3 teams, it'd be a dogfight. At the end of the year, I think we picked it up, and White kind of tailed off a bit, and Red played unbelievable throughout, and I was a little worried about them. I thought we could handle White, but I didn't think, that well. I thought it would be like the finals last year, and then in the finals, I thought if we did everything perfectly, we could win. But if we didn't, then we were going to be in trouble.
Do you think you came in as the underdog in this series?
Yeah, definitely. I heard there was talk through the grapevine about us going out in a hurry and maybe 2-0 for them, and I think that kind of helped us. It took the pressure off. Even though we were the champions, everyone was expecting them to win, and they had the near-perfect season, so I think they had to live up to that.
Sure, sure. Coming into this game, you and your brother and Gurowitz and Musacchio, you guys played the same line. You shifted off 4 at a time, but when you started that particular 4, you came out real quick, you got a goal very early, and then you exited the court right away. What was your plan behind that?
You mean just in this one game?
Yeah, just in this last game, and how quickly you guys left the court. You didn't even play a full shift, really.
Not really, but we went out real hard. I mean, we might have got off early, but we were kind of tired. I mean, we could have stayed out a little, but we wanted to keep everyone fresh, and we were breathing heavy, and we got the goal, so we felt good, so we felt it was time to get the other guys in there right away with the lead, and I thought, you know, we were comfortable leaving right then, not getting too tired. We didn't want to set the pace of being out there too long, you know, get into that routine, and we felt we had to go with the short shifts against Red, so it's a perfect chance to leave when you get a quick goal.
Okay. What's ahead for Black next season?
Just trying to soak this in right now. Hopefully we'll have the same team. I'd like to have the same guys back because we play well together and we have just the right chemistry. We really haven't thought about making any changes yet. We might have to add somebody. There's a possibility of losing a player. We're not sure just because of circumstances. So
who's that? Which player is that?
Well, here's a little hint. He's not here today. Sluggo has commitments. He might have to work next year during Sunday, so it's no big secret or anything.
Is that what happened to him today?
Yeah, he has other commitments today. He had to work, and so with that in mind, we might have to make a couple, change a couple players, and we'd like to keep the lines even. So we'd probably come back if we have to make a change. We might have to add 2 players, but
okay.
That goes without saying. There's always changes going to be made. I think that's what makes us a strong team. Is we don't just get stagnant. We keep switching around and trying different things and experimenting.
So there will be a Black team next season?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I wouldn't give this up for anything. We've had 2 real good years. I mean, you can't ask for any more than this.
How about a sweep or an easy time in the championship?
I don't think that's possible in this league. There's just too much parity. It's just too even.
Yeah.
The teams are getting stronger and stronger. And I look at Orange is coming up, and everybody's a threat. Even you guys will be there soon enough, man. So it's getting really tough, and I guess the key is to have a strong nucleus you can rely on and just keep building from there. And fortunately, it's worked out great. We seem to have it.
Your pick for the MVP?
The playoffs? I really would like
to just go with this series.
This series, I have to make a good argument for my brother. I think he played great. Also, our defense, anybody on our defense could be up there. Gurowitz had a hell of a series on defense, and so did everybody else. I mean, I can't just name one guy. So I haven't really thought about it enough to say I would pick any one person, definitely. But
okay, fair enough. Okay, thanks a lot, Russ.
All right, man, thanks.
So why do you feel so good?
It's 2 in a row, man. That's it, bottom line. There's no trophy in here, that sucks. League, that's not good, man. League needs to get their shit together.
There's no trophies here?
No. There's no, that takes away all of it, you know? I mean, it's nice that we won, we beat Red, woo, it's great, but no trophy. That sucks.
Who brought the champagne? We all did.
We all brought champagne. I'll tell you what, in all fairness, too, if Red would have won, we'd have gave it to them. Or at least I would have, anyway. I don't know what these guys have done. They probably were drunk and just said, oh, shit.
But, how do you think you guys played? I mean, what do you think was the key here?
Heart, man. That was it. They have more. I think they have more talent than us, player to player. But we have more. We have more heart, and that's what paid off, man. We just kept on putting it to them, man. It showed in the second game, and it came back when they started coming back on. It showed again here, in the middle of the second, between the third period. We could have easily choked up. Especially I had that one shit goal happen. And then after that, we just kept plugging along. It's the way the team's done it all season, man. Everybody's counting us out, and we just kept on coming back. I'm surprised they didn't bring us the trophies because I thought they had Red's plaque on it already. I mean, that's basically it.
How do you think that you played in this series as opposed to last year?
Just played smart. I played a little bit more relaxed. I didn't want to get too overwhelmed about what was going on. I felt a lot more relaxed than I did against White. I thought Red gave us just as good as a fight as White did. But it was a lot more relaxed. Our team played a lot better, a lot more sure of what we needed to do.
Do you think there was any difference in the way you played this year as opposed to last year?
Yeah, I had to play with injury, and I played with some problems. and people were questioning me. I don't have a loser's limp, man. I'm not a loser. There's no such thing as loser's limp in my book, man. If I'm going to go down and I'm hurt, it's something serious. I took it game for game, and I knew Ross, a great goaltender. We had no problem putting him in net. He showed. And, I mean, even if something were to happen here, we got Ross in net, but I would take away from our offense. I knew I had to be strong. The knee feels good. I just kept it wrapped and just played, man. That was it. I mean, we just took it shot for shot.
Who do you think should be the MVP of this series?
Well, I think the whole team should be. The whole team, man.
Okay, fair enough. Thanks a lot, Rory. With with 3/4 of the big line in at least this particular game, you guys played set lines today for the first time in this series.
Okay.
What's the reason?
What's the reason? That's what we wanted all year. We just didn't find the set line. We found it about a week before the playoffs, and it worked that week, it worked the week after, and it worked last week, and it worked this week. And that's what I told you last week. This all came together at the right time.
What do you think was the key to this particular game?
Shutting down their offense and not letting their defense bring it up and get the shot off.
What do you think, Mike?
I think the guys up front, the forwards, I thought the key to beating them was forechecking them real hard, the defensemen. And, you know, Ross and Brad were maniacs, and Manny and Paul, man, they did what they had to do. They were all over them. I don't think they could really had time to set up anything. And, you know, that's, I thought that was it in a nutshell.
Musacchio, you didn't play with it too much this time.
What was that?
You didn't play with it too much this time.
All I wanted to do was just get the ball out. Just take the ball. If I had the ball, dump it. That's it.
From where I was sitting, it did look like that the Black defense kept coming up with the big play time and time again. Somebody would kick it out at the last second or hit it out or knock it out one way or the other. It was always some sort of a big clear or a big block, but it was something key. I thought that was the biggest part of the series for me.
When you got guys like Poop and Ellis up there, you can't be jerking around with the ball. You know, you just got to get it up to the forwards, and
You give Poop or Ellis an inch, and they're going to take advantage of it. You got to shut them down completely in order to win the game.
Yeah.
I thought that Poop didn't play as much in this game either.
Well, the reason why is because we got a good forechecking line, and that's what we did during the playoffs. And I think Poop is an excellent player, but with the much leg speed as we got, I don't think there's any team that could do much against that. Not saying I think they got just as much talent as we do. I just think we got more speed. I think that was a big advantage to us in the playoffs.
You shut down Poop, then you shut down the whole team. Because Poop is the whole team. He'll either shoot, make the goals, or he'll pass and make it all happen. If you shut him down, you shut the whole team down.
One thing to our advantage is we turned their game around because I seen Poop sitting a lot more and doing a lot more running when he came out. He wasn't on the court walking around because he knew he couldn't do that right this time.
Yeah, we thought, you know, when we saw him playing the whole game, we thought that would be an advantage to us because he's been their go-to guy the whole year. And if you could shut him down, their team kind of, you know, backs off a little bit. You know, they look for him to get the big goal, and when he's not coming through, they don't really have another guy that they can really go to. So we didn't mind seeing Poop out there the whole game, you know, so that was it.
I thought in this particular game, face-offs really didn't matter a whole lot, actually.
No,
All I seen in the face-off was Manny. Manny beat Poop a
Did a
lot.
good job on him.
He did a real good job on winning face-offs on Poop.
There was a time there.
In our own zone.
There was a time there when Poop wasn't even taking face-offs. I saw Ellis taking a lot of face-offs today. Can you come up with a reason for that?
Maybe they're just trying to switch it up and just try to get something going because I don't know, I don't think they really had a set plan. I thought they thought they can just get the ball up to their forwards and they'd be able to beat us pretty easy, but again, the forwards were all over them. So
another thing is if their forwards aren't doing it, they rely on their defense. They have an excellent shot from the line, and a lot of forwards were all over them where they weren't getting that shot. And the few shots they did get, they did take advantage of it and score, but luckily we were all over them most of the time.
Who do you think should be the MVP of this particular series?
I think Rory Betterly played an outstanding season, and I think he came through in the playoffs this year rather better than he did last year, and I think he took it was a big help to us this year.
I think that the difference was in Game 2 when we were down, and I think Brad was really the spark plug. He just he went ballistic and just, you know, wouldn't stop, and getting those couple key goals in Game 2, I thought that changed the whole series around.
I think Rory. I really do. I mean, he came up with big saves.
Could be wrong.
I think he came up big when we really needed him big. And
Rory played an
he just played an outstanding
playoff.
He proved, you know, he took a lot of flack this year, you know, for missing some big games and everything like that. And some people said that he might have backed into the GAA, but I think he really proved against White and against Red that he deserves to be on top. That's where he's at.
So he is. He's on top. He's #1.
That's it. Thank you.
What's ahead for Black? Hold it. One last question.
What's ahead for Black?
Repeat.
We got Shawnee coming back next year, and I think our lines are set for next year, and I think we'll be a lot better in-season team than we were this year. This year it came together at the right time, and we took advantage of that and went into the playoffs, and we were sporadic during the season. I think next season is going to be different.
Would you agree with that? It's going to be different?
I would agree with everything Brad just said. He's the captain, and what he says goes.
Thanks a lot.